and welcome to my tarot corner. So what you see spread here on the table are the cards of the Venetian Tarot. This is the Venetian Tarot, and this is a mini deck. And this deck is small, and because it's small, it's very hard to riffle shuffle. And because of that, I have to shuffle the cards this way. There is no better way to shuffle the cards, and this is why we will get cards that will be upright and reversed, and we will read reversals in this readings, as well as upright cards in this reading. So that is just one explanation about why I am shuffling this way. And the Venetian Tarot is a very rare tarot deck, very, very expensive. And I was very, very lucky to get this mini deck in a very good price. But it is a mini deck, so it has its limitation. But it's beautiful, and it has amazing depiction of the cards, and I'm using it because in Venice there was the one very, very famous ball of masks, which reminds me of the Met Gala every time. And just in the last few days, there have been a lot of talk about the Met Gala and whether or not Harry and Meghan will be invited to the Met Gala. But this is not about the Met Gala. This reading is about Oprah Winfrey, and I do think that everything that is connected to Oprah Winfrey is smoke and mirror. It is a lot about masks and pretend, and there is not a lot of truth going on there. So if we're talking a little bit about Oprah Winfrey, the latest that was publicized about Oprah Winfrey is her interview with Gayle King, in which she was asked what is her recommendation for the Harkles. Does she think that they should go to the coronation, or shouldn't they go to the coronation? And the Royal Rogue did a very good analysis of her body language there, and she is really even a little bit disdain, but the main thing that she's doing there is that she is pushing them away from her. So she doesn't want to be seen as connected to them at all. But when they got married, she was very much she wanted to be there. She was going very gleefully, very happily to the church. She wanted to be there every step of the way. She wanted to visit them in Nottingham Cottage. She pedaled her way to have that Oprah interview. She tried to cuddle them into giving her the information, the interview that she wanted, the Me You Can't See that Harry did with her, for him to spill his guts on national television in front of her. But afterwards, it seemed like she ostracized them, and for a good reason, because after the Oprah Winfrey, she was called out for a lot of lies that came out, for her not doing her journalistic work as she should have, for her not letting Thomas Markle have his right to comment or to have his say for not asking the royal family for their comments. So she was called out. She was actually ridiculed in Hollywood for that interview. So that was maybe a big moneymaker. That might have been a big, or could have been a big achievement, but in the aftermath, it wasn't such a big achievement for her. So later on, we see her ostracizing them. She hasn't invited Meghan to her birthday. She hasn't. We don't see them together. Harry and Meghan actually needed to stage as if they are going to see her when she wasn't at home. So, and now she's doing this, she's saying this, I tell them to say what to do, whatever is good for them, and I haven't been in contact with them. So she is actually being very much or showing herself as very much distancing herself from them. So I'm going to look into the way our Oprah sees both of them, each of them alone, and I'm going to look at that from the beginning until today. So I'm going to take a card for the way that she looked at Meghan during the wedding, or before, or right after the wedding when she just met her, and the way that she looked at Harry at that time, the way that she looked at their relationship, how did it seem to her, and then how did she look at Meghan, or what did she think of Meghan and of Harry and of their relationship during the Oprah interview, and her current thoughts of each of them and of their relationship. So I'm going to take on altogether 9 cards, one card for each of for her, that would be 3 cards for her altogether, 3 cards for him altogether, and 3 cards for the relationship altogether. So let's start by saying my disclaimer. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions and speculation, and as such may or may not be true. So please do your own research and decide for yourselves. Okay, so let's pick up the cards that fell, and as you can see, I don't care if they are flipped or not. This is a reading of upright and reversals. Okay, so let's clear the deck. Okay. And now let's start asking. So how does Oprah Winfrey sees Meghan Markle from the time she married Harry, during the Oprah Winfrey interview, and how she sees her today? How did Oprah Winfrey see Harry from the time they got married through the time they did the Oprah Winfrey and he did Me You Can't See, and the way she sees him today? And how does Oprah Winfrey see the Harkles relationship from the time they got married, during the Oprah interview, and until today? How does she see their relationship today? So let's cut the deck. Okay. So this is the card for Meghan Markle during the marriage. This is the card for their relationship when they got married, and that's the card for Harry when they got married. This is the card for Meghan during the Oprah interview, their relationship during the Oprah interview, and Harry during the Oprah interview. And this is how Oprah sees Meghan today, how she sees their relationship today, and how she sees Harry today. So at the beginning, how did she see Meghan? And what we're getting here is the Ace of Swords, but in the reverse. Okay, so the Ace of Swords, that is the card, and I will flip it in the upright so you will see how it looks in the upright. The Ace of Swords is a card that speaks about being able to realize your thoughts, your ideas, and your plans in the material world. So right in the beginning, Oprah saw Meghan, who has very cunning and very complicated plans. She sees her as not someone who is there in this relationship because of feelings. She sees the plans. Now remember that Oprah made the connection first with Doria. And if each of you who watches Lady C's videos knows what Lady C thinks about Doria and how she sees Doria, and I believe that Oprah knew Doria far better than each and every one of us, and far better than the royal family knew Doria at that time. And she realized what Doria is all about, so she realized what Meghan is all about. So the Ace of Swords, when it is in the upright, it's about having good plans and good ideas and good thoughts, and being able to realize those ideas and those thoughts and those plans. But first of all, when you're looking at someone who's starting a relationship, starting a marriage, and you're seeing her as someone who's there with an agenda, someone who's there coming to get her thoughts and ideas and plans realized. And moreover, you see her as someone who is coming there to get credit on other people's plans, someone who is not very mature, someone who is coming there with a very, very complicated plan, and maybe not even going to achieve what she's coming there to get. But Oprah, right from the start, saw that Meghan is there with a plan. Meghan is there coming to achieve something, that she's not there for love, that this is not about feelings, this is not about having this beautiful relationship. So Oprah saw from the beginning that Meghan is there to achieve some kind of too complicated plan. And Oprah saw that in Meghan from the beginning. So how did Oprah see Harry from the beginning? And she saw him as the Queen of Pentacles, but in the reverse. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is usually the card of the Queen herself. The queen is the queen who is very stable, someone who knows how to withstand changes, someone who is very good in everything that connects to inheritance, to money, to being someone who knows how to how to be stable even though the world is changing around her. And that is how the Queen, Her Majesty the Queen, was. But it comes in the reverse. And Oprah saw Harry as someone who is afraid of change, someone who is adhering to the things that he knows, someone who cannot be and is afraid to be financially independent, someone who is suspicious, someone who is bitter. She saw that in Harry from the beginning, and someone who finds it very hard to trust other people, someone who is possessive. These are the things that she saw him, and she even saw that he is a bigot. And these are the things that she saw in Harry right from the start. And maybe even Meghan saw these things, and she played on these things to her advantage. So how did she see their relationship from the beginning? And we get another reversed card, and this is the King of Wands. So let's say that the King of Wands is the king of the initiator, the one who knows how to start things but doesn't know how to to finish those things that he's starting. Someone who can start things very well but is unable to go and to start to how to take a plan and to finish it all the way. So Oprah from the beginning did not see how this marriage is going to last, because this is in the reverse. So she saw the possibility of the new beginning, but she also saw a lot of irritation. She saw a lot of impatience. She saw a lot of anger. So she saw that they are going to lose interest, and she saw a lot of ego fights between the two of them. So she saw this relationship starting. She didn't see it going on for a long time. So right from the beginning, she did not see it as a long-lasting relationship. So how did she look at Meghan during the Oprah interview? And what we're getting here is the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Interesting. All of the cards are in the reverse. So it doesn't look like she had a good enough view of all of them. The Three of Pentacles is a card of cooperation and reward, and recognition and reward. So during the Oprah interview, she saw Meghan as someone who is out there for a high reward, someone who wants a lot of money and very quickly, someone who wants to get that recognition. She wants people to recognize her anger, her hurt, her feelings, everything that she said in the Oprah interview, but she is acting too quickly, she's acting too fast, she's over materialistic, and she's being petty. And Oprah saw her as a person who is mediocre and someone who needs approval, someone who is always looking for approval from other people. So the Three of Pentacles is usually a very good card. When it's in the upright, it's a very good card because it is a card of someone who is stepping forward, a card of someone who is getting the approval that he needs. But when it is in the reverse, it's a card of someone who wants that approval but is not getting that approval. So Oprah saw that Meghan is doing this interview because she's looking for that approval, and she's not getting the approval that she's looking for. And once again, she wanted the money, and Oprah saw right through that. So Oprah knew that Meghan wants the money and Meghan wants the approval. She is being very petty, and she saw that she's a mediocre woman, that was a mediocre actress, that everything around her is mediocre. But it's mainly about the high reward and the fast reward, that she's very frustrated for not getting ahead fast enough, that she's not getting high rewards fast enough, that it was already a year since they left the royal family and they still did not get the high reward that they were expecting. So she had to do something, and the Oprah interview was the something that they decided to do, or that Meghan decided to do. So how did she see Harry at that time? And she saw him as the judgment. So she saw a man changed. And at that time, remember, this is not only the Oprah interview, it's also the You Can't See. And the judgment card is a very, very profound change. So she saw a man completely change in front of her eyes. This is not to say that this is a good change or a bad change, but a complete change. I always give you the example of the butterfly that needs to go through this change in order to be able to get out of the cocoon and be able to fly. This is a very long and very painful process of change in order to be able to go to the next stage. And Oprah saw Harry go through a very painful process of change. That could be good, that could be bad. But if we are combining both of these together, it doesn't seem like a very good change. She did see him change from the man that he used to be, from the prince that he used to be, into a completely different person. So it's not only us that saw a completely different person that emerged after he married Meghan, and some of us even thought that maybe it was that we were always duped, that Harry was always like that, and we were just deceived by the royal family, that the royal family always masked his faux pas and we didn't know. But this card shows us that Oprah saw this change take place in front of her eyes. So she saw him change. And that could be for the good or for the bad, but she saw him take this change that this is not something that is reversible. This is not something that can go back. He cannot go back to the man that he was before he met Meghan. And their relationship, how did she see their relationship? Like the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups in the reverse. So the Page of Cups is the artist, but it is when we're looking at the Page of Cups in the upright, it's the artist. It is the man that is a boy, actually, so it's a very young person. So for their relationship, it was a young relationship, but it's also a person that is not ready. It's a person that needs mental health therapy. It's not a very profound relationship. If we're talking about a relationship, this is a relationship that needs a lot of work. So if we're looking at this in the reverse, it's even worse. She saw a relationship that needs a lot of therapy. She saw a couple that for them to be able to go on, to be able to to go over and the initiation part, they need to go to therapy together. It's not only Harry going through therapy, they need to go to therapy together, they need to go through some kind of a process in order to go. And at that time, I think that Oprah did believe that if they go to therapy, that this relationship is salvable. So at that time, she did think that it is possible for them to save that relationship if they will go to some kind of therapy. But the Page of Cups, because it's the artist, she did think that Meghan is playing Harry. Because Meghan is an actress, she saw that Meghan is using her actress skills to play Harry, and I think that this was part of the reason why we get the Page of Cups here. Okay, so how does she see Meghan today? And today she sees her as the Ten of Cups, but in the reverse. And the Ten of Cups is the cards of wishes coming true, as the woman that wants to be seen as if all of her wishes have come true, everything that she wanted to have, the money, the happiness, the 4 children, this is like the best card in the cups suits, but it's in the reverse. So Oprah sees right through her. This is like right after the children after they took the children's prince and princess titles, and Meghan and Oprah sees right through Meghan's tricks. So this is about you are trying to tell the world that every one of your wishes have come true. But this is your aspirations, your wishes, your everything that you want. This is not really happening. This is you are pretending that everything has come, everything is so beautiful, everything is so happiness, and this is all you pretending, but it's not true. It's in the reverse. This is anger that is not really expressed. This is anger that is not really released. This is a woman that is not accepting that life is not perfect, and just being there, demanding that everything will be the way that she thinks that things should occur. And if things are not occurring the way that she believes that they should occur, she will make them occur. So if the royal family did not give her children titles, then she will call People magazines and tell them, we are styling our children prince and princess. This is a woman that will try to create her narrative, to try to create the reality according to those plans and strategies that she had planned from the beginning, no matter if she got the recognition or she did not get the recognition. How does she see Harry today? And she sees Harry today as the Queen of Swords. Okay, so the Queen of Swords, that's the person who is really caring about others, Harry is really the one who really cares about the things that they are professing to care. So he's the one who really wants to work with charity. He's the one who really wants to take care of everything that Meghan wants to be seen as caring for women that are, or people that are in need. He's the one who really cares about, and I think that in a way he is willing to work for charity, or he's willing to really put himself there for charity. And Oprah sees that side of him, and this is the side of Princess Diana in him, and I think that this is that side of him that Oprah sees. And in this instance, she even sees that he's willing to sacrifice a lot of things in order to go back to work on his charities, on the things that he really cares about. No matter what he's saying, this is what he's willing to do. I don't know if she sees things in the right way, but this behind every Queen of Swords, there is a Queen of Wands. And I think that this card came here because there is a Queen of Wands here behind. And the Queen of Wands is the one who really controls him. So although he wants to be more like the Queen of Swords, he wants to be more like the things that they are professing to be, the charitable person, the one who cares about climate change, the one who doesn't take a lot of private jets, the one who really does care about humanitarian problems and stuff like that. There is a Queen of Wands behind there that controls him. And this Queen of Wands is looming behind. And Oprah sees that. How does she see the relationship? The Eight of Cups. So letting go. And this is a card that I've been getting quite a lot. She sees that as a relationship that will not last for a long time. The Eight of Cups is a card of a person that is going away. One of them will walk away. This is how she sees their relationship, and a relationship that from the beginning she did not see that as a relationship that will last. Then she thought that maybe therapy will save that. And today she sees their relationship as a relationship that is doomed, that one of them will walk away. This is how she sees their relationship. Okay, so that's the tarot. The oracle is the dark goddess. So let's see, what does the dark goddess have to say about Oprah Winfrey? For the deck. Oprah Winfrey and her feelings towards the Harkles. Oprah Winfrey and her feelings towards the Harkles. Oprah Winfrey and her feelings towards the Harkles. Okay, health. Well, this card speaks about keeping healthy. This card speaks about something might be, there might be a problem in Oprah's health, in their relationship's health, in the relationship of Oprah and the Sussexes' health. That could be mental health, that could be physical health. And I will not be surprised if I learned that someone there is also physically ill. When I saw Oprah today in the clip with Gayle King, I thought that she doesn't look very well. But so I won't be surprised if someone there is sick. But I'm not going to be a prophet about that. But it does say that they need to check. They need to check their health. So this is what this card is saying. Okay, so this is it about this reading. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.